2. A police is coming with a woman to your house. She has your picture and Archangel Michael says, the moment you feared without knowing has finally arrived at your doorstep. A knock will come soon, and when you open the door, you'll see not just a uniformed officer, but a woman holding something that will shake your soul. She has your picture in her hand, and in the folder she carries are truths that were buried behind someone else's mask. This is not a random visit, this is the unfolding of something that was stitched together behind your back for months, maybe years. And now, all the threads are unraveling in front of your very eyes. You were kept in the dark on purpose. Because the person who used your name needed you to stay quiet, unaware, and defenseless. But divine timing has chosen today for revelation, and you cannot escape the truth anymore. They forged your signature. They pretended to be you on calls, in emails, and in financial transactions. And the paper trail finally caught up with their deception. Type Amen to get blessing 313. The woman walking beside the officer is not there to accuse you, she's there to protect you. She once believed the lie too, but something didn't feel right. And that feeling led her to uncover the web of stolen identity tied directly to you. In her bag is a file full of evidence, transactions, CCTV clips, false documents, and fake claims. Your face was printed on forms you never signed. Your details were entered into systems you've never even visited. She will look into your eyes, and she will know instantly that you were the victim. Because nothing about your energy matches what she was told. And in that moment, her heart will shift from suspicion to sympathy. There was a man involved, someone you trusted. He had access to just enough of your personal life to recreate it as his own, and now, his lies are being exposed by the very woman he used to trap you. Type Amen to get blessing 707. The officer accompanying her has been tracking this for weeks. He suspected something when details started repeating across 2 different identities. And every time he traced the fake one, it led right back to your real name. This is a divine interception. Because had it gone on longer, your own future would have been rewritten by someone else's greed. But Archangel Michael says, the time to reclaim your name has come. A voice recording exists. In it, the person who did this laughs, saying, they'll never figure it out, they trust me too much. But what they didn't know is that the angels don't trust the wicked. Every lie has been documented. Every false application, every fake identification, every deceitful submission. And now, your truth is standing taller than every piece of fiction they created. Type Amen to get blessing 484. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The woman will explain everything slowly. She knows how shocking it is to find out someone was pretending to be you. She'll show you a license with your name but a photo that's not yours. A bank account was opened using your birth date. Thousands were moved, and the blame was heading straight toward your door. But something didn't add up, and she followed the trail. She'll admit she almost believed the lie. Until one document was submitted with handwriting that didn't match yours. That's when she began digging deeper, and she found the truth buried beneath a pile of manipulation. You were never supposed to find out. You were meant to be caught in the fire and blamed for someone else's fraud. But the fire turned, and now it's consuming only the guilty. Type Amen to get blessing 818. This person used your name in a legal application. They listed your address and pretended to be you in court correspondence. But their arrogance will be their downfall. Because one wrong digit, one wrongly used phrase, revealed that something was off. And it set a whole investigation in motion that's now pointing back to your innocence. Your name will be cleared, but not just silently, it will be loud. Your neighborhood will hear. Your family will see. And everyone who ever doubted you will have to swallow their words. The woman holding your picture once stood beside the liar, but now, she's standing beside justice. Because even she realized that lies cannot survive forever under the weight of truth. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. The man who did this has been on the move. He knows the police are onto him, and he's trying to erase everything, but he's forgotten that every digital footprint he left is traceable. There's a timestamp on a camera feed. It shows him entering a building under your name. But his face cannot lie, and now it's part of the case. You are not just a victim, you are the key to closing this entire fraud ring. Because what was done to you was also done to 2 other people. And you're the one brave enough to speak. Archangel Michael says, your silence was never weakness. It was patience wrapped in power. And now, that power is shaking every false structure built against you. Type Amen to get blessing 5050. The woman will hand you papers to sign, statements to confirm your innocence. But you won't be signing out of fear. You'll be signing with the confidence of someone who now holds the full truth. She'll say, I'm sorry you had to find out this way, but deep inside, you'll feel something sacred rise, your clarity, your vindication, your voice. Because now, no one can take your identity again. The man who did this will try to contact you. He'll send messages pretending it's all a misunderstanding. But you'll delete them, because you know what betrayal looks like now. He used your trust to climb into places he didn't belong. But every step he took on your name is about to become the path of his downfall. Justice is not blind. It sees perfectly when truth is ready. Type Amen to get blessing 999. He wanted your life but not your pain. He wanted your blessings but not your burden. And now, both are being returned to their rightful owner, you. Soon, a report will be broadcasted. Your story, once twisted by lies, will become a headline of truth, not as a warning, but as a witness of how darkness always gets defeated by light. The officer will shake your hand. He'll say, I'm glad we caught this early. But you'll know, this wasn't just early, this was divinely timed. A higher force protected your name, a higher law defended your dignity. And now, you walk not as a suspect, but as a survivor. Type Amen to get blessing 3939. Everything stolen in your name will return. Opportunities lost, moments missed, even relationships affected by suspicion, will circle back to you, because what was built on lies will fall, and what's built on truth will rise. Your name will shine again. The mark they tried to leave on your identity will fade completely. And you will no longer be afraid when the doorbell rings. Because now you know, justice walks with angels, and angels always show up when the world tries to rewrite your story without your permission. Let them come. Let them speak. Let them hand you back what was always yours. Archangel Michael says, this is not the end, this is the beginning of your redemption. And your name will never be misused again. Type Amen to get blessing 101. The woman will gently place the folder on your table and open it with care. One by one, she will show you the forgeries, the fake claims, the lies signed using your name. Each document will reveal how far the deception went, and how close you were to being blamed for it all. She will say your name with a tone of apology. Not because she wronged you, but because the world almost did. And in her eyes, you will see the weight of the truth she carried before finally finding you. You'll remember moments that didn't make sense, bills you didn't owe, letters that felt out of place, silent signals from the universe that were trying to tell you something was not right. But now, everything adds up. Everything that once confused you is now coming together like puzzle pieces falling into place. You are not going crazy. You were being targeted. And now, you're being set free. Type Amen to get blessing 3130. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The woman's voice will not tremble, but it will carry emotion. She's seen people like you before, innocent souls nearly destroyed by someone else's greed. And she has made it her mission to help right the wrongs done in your name. The folder also contains names of people the imposter contacted pretending to be you. They manipulated situations, borrowed money, and tried to build a false reputation on your face, but none of them had your light. And that's what made the deception fall apart. They tried to replicate your presence. But Archangel Michael says, no one can imitate what heaven has made unique. Your identity is not just paperwork, it's power. The woman will pause before giving you the final sheet. This one holds the most sensitive detail, the day your name was almost dragged into a criminal case. But the officer stopped it. Because he sensed something wasn't adding up. Type Amen to get blessing 4404. You'll be invited to a private meeting later. There, the police will debrief you fully and hand you a formal statement proving your name is cleared. This document will be your sword, your undeniable truth. Soon after, someone from your past will try to reconnect. They'll act like they care, but you'll know they disappeared the moment things looked dangerous. Do not let them back in, because only those who stayed through the storm deserve to stand in the sunshine. The man who did this might get arrested soon. And when he does, you'll feel a rush of emotions: relief, anger, clarity. But above all, you'll feel free. Because even though they tried to lock you in a lie, they never realized truth has a way of unlocking everything. And now, your spirit is untied from every accusation. Your name no longer carries the weight of someone else's darkness. Type Amen to get blessing 8585. There will be people who apologize. Not because they stood for you, but because they see the evidence now. Let them apologize, but do not forget the silence they kept when your name was under fire. Your faith was tested. You were dragged through an invisible battlefield where your voice was muted. But now, your voice is louder than every whisper that once tried to damage your truth. The woman will leave your house with a smile. Not because the case is closed, but because she knows you are protected now, and she'll carry that peace with her, knowing she helped shield someone meant for more. The police will remain in contact with you. They'll update you as the case moves forward, and you'll be protected under law and light. You won't have to fight anymore. The fight is being handled by heaven now. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The man who impersonated you thought it was just a game. But the law does not play when innocence is threatened. And neither do angels when one of their own is being used as a pawn. Soon, the man will sit in an interrogation room, and everything he forged in your name will be laid before him. He will have no excuses, no more places to run, no lies left to twist. You'll hear from the woman again. She'll send you a message saying, "He's confessed." Your name is completely cleared, and you'll feel a rush of breath leave your body that you didn't know you were still holding. Archangel Michael says, "Justice delayed is still justice delivered." You waited in silence, but now you walk in strength. This is your time of full restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 7373. You will receive a sealed letter soon. Inside is not just closure, but compensation. The system knows you were wronged, and now it is paying you back in more ways than one. But more valuable than money is your peace. And that is what you're about to feel every time you say your name, because now, it is clean. It is honored. It is blessed. You are not the victim anymore. You are the survivor who will now teach others how to rise when the world tries to erase you, and the angels will walk with you into this next chapter, proud, loud, and glowing. The false name they created has been deleted. But your real name will echo forever in rooms of truth, power, and victory. You have won. And the light is only beginning to shine brighter. Type Amen to get blessing 191. You'll begin to notice subtle changes in how people look at you. Those who once carried doubt in their eyes will now bow their heads with shame. They'll realize the truth came out not because of their help, but despite their silence. This victory wasn't handed to you, it was built by your endurance, by divine order, and by angelic protection. The woman with the folder was chosen by fate to reach you before the damage became permanent. She didn't just carry paperwork, she carried your restoration in her hands. There's a moment coming where you'll be asked to share your story. Not to relive the pain, but to help someone else reclaim their voice. You'll speak not as a victim, but as a vessel of victory. A quiet peace will fall over your home. The energy that once felt heavy will lift, and joy will begin to return to your atmosphere. Archangel Michael says, your home has been spiritually cleansed through this storm. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. You'll receive a new ID, a new seal, and a confirmation in writing. Everything connected to the fraud will be erased from your legal record. Your identity is now shielded by law and by light. Someone close to the person who did this might reach out. They'll offer apologies, but they'll also try to explain their reasons. Be wise. Listen if you choose, but don't carry their guilt. You own no explanation for surviving. Your silence was never weakness, it was strength waiting for the right moment. And that moment has now opened a brand new destiny for you. You'll begin attracting new opportunities. Doors that once slammed shut will now swing open without force. Because your name carries justice now, and with that comes favor. Type Amen to get blessing 6666. You will start to feel lighter, not just emotionally, but physically, because every burden tied to false identity is being cut off. Your spirit is now walking in its true self, fully unchained. There's a blessing attached to this pain. And though it hurt deeply, it brought you face to face with the power of divine exposure. What they tried to build in your name is now rubble under your feet. That woman's visit was not just about a case. It was a spiritual signal that the heavens were done watching you suffer silently. Justice had to come knocking. And it did, right on time. Soon, people will speak of you as the one who stood still and watched the mighty fall. Not because you sought revenge, but because truth was your sword. You didn't need to scream. You only needed to stand. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. The place where the false signature was submitted has blacklisted the person who used your name. They're being investigated for multiple counts of fraud, and your case was the thread that unraveled their entire operation. You were not just part of this. You were the breakthrough heaven used to reveal a greater chain of deception. And now, you're being honored in places where your name was once dragged. There will be news soon. It may come through media, or a quiet announcement from local authorities. But in it, your name will be cleared officially and publicly. The same people who whispered lies will now have to speak facts. Because the file has spoken, and it cannot be denied. Archangel Michael says, "Let no shadow ever name you again." Type Amen to get blessing 9292. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks. With contributions of up to $20, you're stepping into a season of spiritual reward. This battle you didn't ask for became the testimony that unlocked heaven's favor. And now, blessings that were delayed are rushing back to you like a flood. They tried to rob you of your future. But all they did was delay it slightly, and now, it's arriving stronger, more beautiful, and more powerful than before. Everything they touched in your name is being replaced with something real in your hands. A stranger will soon give you confirmation. They'll say something about being protected, and it will hit your spirit instantly. Because they won't know your story, but their words will prove angels are still speaking through people. Hold your head high when you walk. Because you carry a name that survived the fire and came out shining. And now, nothing can hold you back again. Type Amen to get blessing 7878. You will begin to see the ripple effects of your deliverance touch areas you didn't expect. Relationships that were strained because of suspicion will start to heal without you needing to explain. Those who turned away will start to feel the conviction in their hearts without you saying a word. You'll walk into rooms where people used to doubt you, and they'll fall silent not out of guilt, but awe. Because they will realize they misjudged you while you were carrying a battle none of them saw. Your strength under pressure will become your legacy, and your peace will speak louder than any defense. That woman who stood at your door with your picture, she will always remember your face. She'll say to her team, "This was the one they tried to destroy, but couldn't." Because everything about you carried a quiet power that pierced through the lies. Archangel Michael says, "You were chosen to endure this not for punishment, but for elevation." Because only someone with your soul could survive something like this and still rise without bitterness. Your glow now is not just survival, it's victory. Type Amen to get blessing 6060. You will hear news about the man who impersonated you. He'll try to cut deals to reduce his sentence, but the system has already recorded everything. The justice that is chasing him now is not just legal, it is spiritual. He crossed a divine boundary when he touched what was sacred, your name, your destiny, your truth. And heaven doesn't turn its head when such things happen. There is no shadow dark enough to hide him anymore. You will be invited into new spaces, networks, connections, even new career opportunities. All of these were once delayed because your name was entangled in false records. Now that the knot is undone, everything is flowing freely toward you. This is the restoration that was promised. You didn't even know how deep the damage went. But now, you'll see how fully the healing arrives. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. The woman will file her final report with your name under cleared with honor. It's not just a stamp, it's a reversal of every label that was unjustly placed on you. That folder will be archived as a closed case with your dignity sealed inside it. You'll no longer wake up with anxiety. You'll breathe deeper, sleep sounder, and live louder, because the fear has lifted. Your house will feel warmer. Your mind will feel lighter. Your spirit will feel untouchable. Don't be surprised if people come back into your life, asking for forgiveness. Some of them didn't know the truth, others chose to ignore it. But you are not responsible for their choices, only your peace. Archangel Michael says, this is your final chapter in the book of injustice. You're closing it now, not with rage, but with power. Because only those who truly heal can move forward without carrying the weight of betrayal. Type Amen to get blessing 5656. From this point on, no one will be able to use your name without your spirit feeling it. The divine protection over you has intensified. Even your shadow carries warning to those who think of deceiving you again. The police team that helped solve this case will move on, but they will always remember yours. They'll use it as a reference when they teach others how to spot identity theft. Your pain has now become a model for protection for others who are still in the dark. You'll receive a private message from someone who never stopped believing in you. They stayed silent because they were scared, but now they're ready to stand beside you again. Listen closely. Sometimes support comes late, but still lands on time. You'll be guided to change certain passwords, secure your records, and update some details. These are small steps, but powerful ones, because now, your identity is truly yours again. Every system that once held error now recognizes the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 4747. The heavens rejoice over the clarity of this moment. What was meant to destroy your name has become the very reason it will be remembered. Not for shame, but for strength. Not for scandal, but for survival. And the woman, the one who brought the file, she'll be honored too, for listening to her intuition, for digging deeper, for choosing truth over assumption. Her role was divinely assigned. Her hands were used by the angels to break the chain. Your house is marked now with protection. Not just from this moment, but from anything that would try to imitate it, because you have been through the fire and earned a flame that no darkness can touch. Let the story spread. Let the truth ripple through every corner that once echoed with lies. Because you, chosen one, have walked through the storm and emerged unshaken. And this is just the beginning of everything you truly deserve. Type Amen to get blessing 303. If you wish to express your support further,